Greetings, beautiful people. This is SB Favor Thinking Podcast, and my name is SB Favor. How are you doing today, people? It is Tuesday, September 29th, 2020, and it is another wonderful day. Another day, once again, to be thankful and also to focus on what is good. If you focus on what is good, then you can possibly project something good to happen. So focus on what is good. You don't want to be sitting around just focusing on everything that's bad and negative, right? Get nothing out of that. Well, I do have a quote for you today, and the quote is, "Do not subject yourself to anything less than the love that you have for yourself." I'm going to repeat that quote again. Do not subject yourself to anything that is less than the love that you have for yourself. That is a very simple quote, straight to the point. And I decided to talk about self-love today because, once again, as always, I had a conversation with someone and I started thinking about that topic, based upon the conversation, because a lot of times people subject themselves to relationships that are not healthy. People take time out and develop friendships with people that don't even like them. How can you have a relationship or a friendship of any kind with someone that doesn't like you or someone that doesn't really care about you? Why do people do that? Well, in my opinion, I believe it's because that type of person has no self-love for themselves. So don't subject yourself to someone like that. Don't give someone your time and your energy and your sacrifices if they don't care about you, if they don't love you. Because when you love yourself, anything that's contrary, you're going to recognize it. You're going to see it for what it is. Then you get to decide if you want to deal with that. I call it toxic. Because when you love yourself, you want the best for yourself. You want to surround yourself with that same love, that same energy that you have in you. You want to embrace it around you as well. Now, I'm not talking about expecting everybody to be perfect, because all of us have flaws and nobody is perfect. But I'm talking about those people that you might be around. You know they don't care about you. You know they don't really love you. Let's be real. I'm not talking about, fault finding either and trying to, look at everybody suspicious and crazy and being fearful. I'm not talking about that. Or thinking negative that people don't love you. No, I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about people that haven't been proven in your life, and based upon their actions and maybe sometimes even the things that they've said, they don't love you. You know that their spirit toward you is not healthy or positive. So ask yourself the question, why are you subjecting yourself to that person, that space, that energy? Why? It's a waste of time, because if you love yourself, you're subjecting yourself to something that's less than the love that you have for yourself. Let me give you an example of something. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone and that person is a habitual liar. They keep lying about the same thing over and over, or they may just lie about anything, but you know that person is a habitual liar. And the lies they have told has caused you hurt, but you keep forgiving them. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive. Yes, absolutely, you should forgive them. But why remain in a relationship with a liar? Why remain in a relationship with someone that's not willing to give you what you're willing to give them? That's not self-love. Because when you love yourself, you have higher standards. When you love yourself, as Oprah Winfrey once said, she said, teach people how to treat you. Because what you tolerate is what people get a pass on to keep doing. But when you set higher standards, then what you expect and what you give out, you can receive it back. We got to do better. We have to stop setting low standards, but set higher standards in our relationships. When we take time out to evaluate our relationships and decide what we want out of our relationships, then we can point out what should be done and how it should be done so that we can, like I said, raise the standards. But love yourself. At all costs, love yourself. And don't subject yourself to anything that's less than the love that you have for yourself. Loving yourself is a part of embracing the love that God has for you. Every time you get up and look in the mirror, love yourself. Good, bad, or indifferent, love yourself. The love that you have in you is the love that you can give to someone else. And it starts with loving yourself. And when you, as you love yourself, then when you give it out, they'll know how to treat you. They'll know. This topic is something we all need to be reminded of continuously, because I think that all of us, I think we give passes out to people hoping they'll do better. I know I have, because I believe in mercy. But I don't show nobody so much mercy to the point where I'm going to compromise myself. No, I'm not going to do that. No. But I will show mercy. But I think that sometimes we give out passes and we let people, slide, and they ask for forgiveness, and then we're like, okay, give them the benefit of the doubt and thinking that they will do better, and then they end up doing the same thing again. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Don't subject yourself to anything that is less than the love that you have for yourself. And I'm not talking about simple flaws. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those things that are hurtful. Those things that can bring harm to you mentally and spiritually. Those things that are not needed for you to function. I'm talking about those things. In every relationship, there is an exchange taking place. And we all have something good to offer one another, no matter what kind of relationship it is. And when people are progressively working on themselves, they will come to the table with something to offer. And if they're not working on themselves, well, that's another topic, and that's a red flag altogether. But like I said, we all have something to offer. This topic is something that I believe a lot of women need to discuss more, because unfortunately some women think that loving themselves is sleeping around. That's not self-love either. That's not self-love. I know somebody might say, well, that person is an adult. They can do whatever they want to do if that's how they see love. Well, no, that's not healthy. That's not self-love. Self-love is how you think of yourself, how you treat yourself, how you treat your body, how you care for your spirit, and being accountable for yourself. That's self-love. Embracing and receiving the love that God has for you, that is self-love. Setting boundaries not to put yourself in harm's way, that's self-love. Not putting yourself in situations with people in relationships that are toxic, and they're toxic. Separating from it, that's self-love. Well, all right. I'm going to move on. I'm going to leave that alone for now because that topic it has a lot to it, and there's some depth in it. And I could talk about it a whole lot because we need to do better. Well, tonight is the presidential debate, and it's going to be like a boxing match. And I can't wait. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, the media is going to be talking about it all day and giving the opinions from the contributors on the news, and we'll hear the sound bites and all that good stuff. But it's going to be good. We need to really pay attention tonight and watch the debate, because we all have to vote. We must vote. Everyone, if you are over the age of 18, you must vote. Tell your family members, your friends, your kids, your neighbors, vote. We all have a responsibility to get this thing right. This country is in a serious situation, and we need one another, so we have to vote. So I hope that everyone continues to have a good week. I thank you so much for listening to SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. When I inspire you, in return, I am inspired again. My co-host Rebecca will be back next Tuesday. She has been gone for the last 2 weeks. We normally do the podcast on Tuesdays together. And she had to take some time off, and she will be back next Tuesday. We both had death in our families on the same day, September 16th. We both had death in the family. And it was a pretty wild day. But God is good, and we are doing much better. I thank you for your prayers, for those of you that had prayed for us. And I Like I said, she will be back this Tuesday, and we will have a great topic to discuss because the last 2 weeks has been really crazy for us both, and we are looking forward to sharing something good with you. So on that note, if you need to reach me, you can reach me at sbfavor@yahoo via email. Or if you need to reach me on social media, you can find me at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel at SB Favor, and you will not miss an episode of SB Favor Thinking Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.